being 21 years old, like as a woman, that already is a lot of stuff like happening, but to add on to that, you know, I was thrown into this new circumstance that I wasn't familiar with. Those two things mixed together was how I was feeling, and I needed to get it out in some way, and so I just wrote Growing Pains. I wanted to mention my brother because he actually kind of solidified the Growing Pains title. He's younger than me, so he's going through puberty stages. Sorry, he's gonna see this now and be embarrassed. But he was like, yeah, my back's killing me. And I was like, why? Like, did you hurt yourself at like soccer practice? He's like, no, I just think it's just like growing pains, I guess. And I was like, what did you just say? Make my way through the motions, I try to ignore it, but home's looking farther the closer I get. I think even when I did have moments where I got to be home, like that didn't even feel like home. That can be hard sometimes, and especially when you're in a like in-between part of your life. And so for me, home felt far away, yes, physically, but also like weirdly emotionally. Don't know why I can't see the end. Is it over yet? A short leash and a short fuse don't match. They tell me it ain't that bad. Now don't you overreact. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a water sign, Cancer, you know. Definitely have a short fuse, but then when I feel like I have a short leash in terms of work as well, because you feel like you're limited in your privacy and what you can do in your day, but also just the short leash of like life sort of throwing everything on you and you not being able to maneuver through it. So I just hold my breath. Don't know why I can't see the sun when young should be fun. When I was younger, I thought like being able to like fulfill all my dreams would make everything okay, and it makes a huge part of my life amazing and lovely, but there's still something there that no circumstance can necessarily fix. I think a lot has to come from you, and I just didn't know how to quite do that yet or where to start. And I guess the bad can get better. Gotta be wrong before it's right. Every happy phrase engraved in my mind. I mean, I feel like a lot of the cliche phrases that we're told, like, you know, everything passes with time or everything happens for a reason, all of those things, they are cliche, but they are in a way true, ultimately, I think. And I've always been a go-getter. There's truth in every word I write. But still the growing pains are keeping me up at night. There's truth in every word I write. That just comes from my past songs that were these positive messages towards other people. That advice that I was giving, I couldn't always necessarily take for myself. I still mean those things, and I still believe all of those things that I've said, but that doesn't mean that you can't feel the opposite some days. Hey, yeah, yeah. And I can't hide, 'cause growing pains are keeping me up at night. Hey, yeah, yeah. And I can't hide, 'cause growing pains are keeping me up at night. I try to mend what's left of my contending comprehension. Contending comprehension for me was just another way of basically saying like sort of a blissful ignorance or a blissful innocence that I feel like a lot of kids have. And I just think like, oh, like you're gonna get your heart broken one day and you're gonna like cry about somebody and it's gonna be so sad. As I take on the stress of the mess that I've made, don't know if I even care for grown, if it's just alone. When you're in a circumstance like mine where you're gone all the time, you sort of distance yourself unintentionally, of course, from everybody. And there's that feeling of just loneliness because you feel like everybody's just gone. And then the ones that do come into your life, what are you actually here for? Do you really care to get to know me, or is this just like to your benefit, you know? Starting to look like Miss Know-It-all. Can't take her own advice. Can't find pieces of my peace of mind. I cry. I think a lot of my fans or people who listen to my music always tell me that what I've said outside of my music and within my music has really helped them love themselves a bit more. But then I would listen to them say that and I'd be like, wow, I'm really not taking my own advice because sometimes I'll just look at myself and hate it. Well, then I want to admit, but I can't lie to myself, to anyone, 'cause phoning it in isn't any fun. Can't run back to my youth the way I want to. The days my brother was quicker to fool. AM radio, not much to do. My dad is a huge sports fan, so there's this like AM radio station that he would listen to every day, called like the Fan 590. It was amazing. I just remember that like Sunday mornings in my house were always really fun and just simple. Use monsters as an excuse to lie awake. Now the monsters are the ones that I have to face. No band-aids for the growing pains. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. No band-aids for the growing pains. The biggest difficulty has been trying to find myself when I'm alone and when I'm not doing music. The biggest challenge for me was just learning how to separate the two and knowing that it's not the end of the world if they, intertwine.